A very good, happy Wednesday morning to everyone out there. Hope you are all having a terrific start to your hump day. Landon here with you to bring you your weather and night forecast, courtesy of On Target. Got the cloud coverage, still got us socked in out there early this morning. You can see these clouds are trying to jolt off here to the north and east here as we work throughout the day. With any luck, perhaps some breaks of sunshine by the time we work into this afternoon. Then attention is going to turn to our north and west. We're going to have a cold front that's going to be arriving out of this direction, resulting in the opportunity at strong to even a few severe storms on the docket as we work throughout the day on Thursday. All right, we'll be getting more into that here in just a moment. Let's get a look across the region with that cloud deck that we're looking at right here live on our satellite view. D93 Skycam showing the low-hanging clouds out there. We're looking the Water Tower and Hospital Hill early this morning. Looking at similar conditions overlooking the Morgantown Skycam. Looking west there, over Hebrews Coffee, over WRECC Tower there. Still got the clouds that are present early this morning. We do have temperatures that are up in comparison to this time yesterday. We got readings up between the low and mid 40s already. We're going to be sending highs all the way up to around the mid 50s this afternoon. A few of us might even jolt up to the upper 50s, depending upon if we can get some breaks of sunshine in the great outdoors. You can see some clearing that's occurred down to the south along the Tennessee border. A little quip in the cloud cover there. Simpson County's dropped some 8 to 10 degrees below what the rest of the Wobbles community is reading out there early on this Wednesday. Let's jump into this and let's talk about what's going to be unfolding, because we have plenty to talk about here in the short-term weather forecast and the long-term as well. So we'll put this into motion for you. Keep your eyes there to our north and west at this big old mess up here in the Pacific North and West associated with this surface front that's going to be jogging east right along the border of the U.S. and Canada. Here we are working throughout today. It's going to be moving at a very good clip. And by lunchtime on Thursday, we're going to have the cold front right here on our doorstep trying to press east across the region. Got deep moisture trying to flow in here out of the Gulf and out of the deep south. We're going to see if it's able to achieve it, but this looks like this is going to be a conditional severe weather risk given the complicated setup of this weather maker. We're anticipated to have very strong winds coming along and ahead of this gradient. We'll be looking at 30 to 40 plus mile an hour winds before the cold front even makes it through here. Got a thin ribbon of what looks like strong to potentially severe convection and storms that'll work through before crashing northwesterly winds brings a sharp drop in those temperatures. So let's break it down, shall we? First and foremost, we'll get a short range view here of the convective allowing models with what's going to be unfolding. Might have a few sprinkles as we work throughout the day. I think the vast majority, if not all of us, will remain bone dry. Here we are working into the overnight, and here we are working into Thursday morning with some scattered sprinkles present across the region. You can see where more activity is already starting to get going with the better forcing arriving with the parent cold front just to our west. Here we are rolling into mid-morning on into lunchtime. Then we roll throughout the afternoon, and it looks like around 12 to 2 p.m. this will get started, and then taking us through the early part of this evening with a cold front sliding through. We'll be watching for this parent line here to blast through here. This is whenever a damaging wind risk will present itself with the current setup that we have. And then with the passing cold front, we're going to be looking at the moisture dropping and coming to an end. We might have a few snowflakes to deal with overnight into the very early morning hours of our Friday, but it's not going to be anything to worry about. Take a look at the wind speeds. Here as we work throughout the day, we're going to have winds of the magnitude gusting upwards of 15 to 25 miles an hour at times. That's what's going to help warm us up. And then we get into the overnight and into our Thursday and look at the wind speeds along and ahead of that passing cold front. These are going to be coming out of the south and west. This is going to warm us up significantly, folks. Wind speeds of the magnitude of potentially 30 to 40 miles an hour. Going to be taking highs to right around the 60-degree mark before it passes through here. Look at the cold front. It passes through 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, and then on the backside, a secondary cold front arriving here during the pre-dawn hours of our Friday morning. Really strong gusts turning out of the north and west, going to result in a very, very sharp drop in our temperature readings. Here's a look at those temperatures we work throughout today. We're going to warm up nicely. Be right up around, I think, the vast majority of us, somewhere between the mid and upper 50s this afternoon. We work into our Thursday, potentially touching the 60-degree mark before the cold front passes. And then look at that sharp drop whenever that front gets south and east of the region. By midnight, we're going to be dropping down to right around the freezing threshold come sunrise Friday. I'm going to be looking at readings likely down between the low and mid 20s. All right, let's talk about after we get this weather maker past us, and we're going to see what's going to unfold. We got the above average temperatures here that are hanging around here Thursday. On Friday, the jolt of colder air works in here. Highs for many of us on Friday afternoon, despite sunshine, not going to be getting out of the mid and upper 30s, all right? We go throughout the weekend, we're going to see a sharp rebound in temperatures with highs right back to around the low and mid 50s. Then we're going to work throughout our Christmas week, and if you're hoping for a white Christmas, the outlook is anything but, all right? Take a look at this blowtorch arriving here out of the west. We got a big old fat ridge trying to build in across the central U.S. Here we are looking at our Christmas Eve. We're going to be looking at the potential for high temperatures right around the 55, 60-degree mark. And wait for it, here we are getting into Christmas Day. We work into Christmas afternoon. Folks, I think we're going to be looking at highs on Christmas Day, making a run at the somewhere between 60 and 70 degrees. That's what we're currently looking at with the current setup. So with this blowtorch setup, you can imagine we got a snowball's chance in you-know-what of getting a white Christmas out of this, all right? So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be enjoying a blanket of snow this year, unfortunately. We can jump right back over here and we can give you the breakdown. Here's a look at the latest in terms of our short-term model guidance. Storm Prediction Center continues with a 1 out of 5 severe weather risk for us with a passing cold front. This is going to be valid for Thursday afternoon into the early part of Thursday evening. Nothing overwhelming. Damaging wind gusts will be our primary concern. This is a conditional threat with question marks in regards to instability being available for this come to fruition. Total rainfall amounts over the next 7 days. We got a few hit-and-miss shower chances as we work into our Saturday night and Sunday as well. In combination with tomorrow's event, half an inch to right around an inch of total rainfall can't be rolled out before this is all said and done. Here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast. Partly to mostly cloudy today, maybe some breaks of sunshine this afternoon. Highs holding right around the mid-50s. Widespread showers and storms throughout our Thursday. Some could be strong to severe during the afternoon with highs near 60. Sharp drop in temperatures Thursday night into Friday morning with a few flying snowflakes. By Friday afternoon, we got rays of sunshine owning the sky, but brisk northwest winds keeping it very cold in the great outdoors. Rebounding back between the low and mid-50s throughout the weekend into the early days of the new work week. And you can see there Sunday into Monday, scattered shower chances to boot. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather or Not forecast, brought to you by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic